Hi, good morning. In this video, I'm gonna show you the second floppy center that I'm gonna offer in my Etsy shop using this three different components. If you have a Cricut design, if you have a Cricut machine, you don't really need to buy this too because it comes on a marigold, but I'm doing this for those, who wants the three components, and at the same time, who wants the three components laid out already, and also for those users of Silhouette Cameo. So it will come in PNG and SVG, so everybody's happy. Cricut and Silhouette users can do this floppy center. So the first component we have is this 4 inches marigold stripe, and it comes, when you will buy this, it's already laid out like this. All you need to do is follow my sizing and cut it in your cutting machine. So this is the first component, which has two in an A4 or 8.5. The second component will be 3 of this 2.75 something like this. I'm gonna show you how I do this, and to give you an illustration, it's laid out already like this one. So again, all you need to do is really just to load it in your cutting machine, size it, and cut. It's laid out like this. So the third component will be this fine one. This is not in Cricut. I personalize it. If you notice, you see, the first one has a wider stripe. This one is finer. So it comes with, it's laid out like this. So you are free to stretch it all the way to your A4 or to make it shorter. It's all up to you. So it gives you flexibility. So with this third component, I cut it into 7 inches wide and then 10.75 long. So that's our third component. So let's start. First off, we're going to get our two 4 inches stripe and just glue the ends together like this one. Like this, and then while it's still warm, slightly massage it around it like this, and then now you can curl it around like this one. So if you see, there's a little gap in here, so it's not gonna be so tight, but here it's really close. So now we are just going to secure this while we go. And just roll it. And continue rolling. And continue rolling. So actually, if you wanted to have a simple center, this one is good enough. You know, you can already put it in the center of your flower, but we want this one to become elaborate and more flappy. Let's continue going on to our second layer. The same thing we are doing. We are just, excuse my cricket, it's working while I'm doing my tutorial. So we are just gluing the ends together. And again, let's continue where we stop. Let's continue it there. Like so. And glue it as you go. And be careful, it's hot. So just dab your glue again as you go. So for me, this is really more than good enough, you know, for a center. I really love, you know, how simple it looks. Like so. But because we want, again, because we want it to be more elaborate, let's proceed to our second layer. Our second layer, as I said, it's 3 of this component that I just put together like so. And start cutting it the way how I want. So I already started because it will take time if I started it from the start. But the way how I do it, I press it in with my fingers, you know, to secure it in place. And then with a scissor, just cut slant here, which would create like a pointed tip in this side, and then cut straight in this area, leaving this next strip straight in here, and then again going back to a slanted cut. Slant, straight, and then slant, straight. And let's just do this one until we finish this entire thing. So it doesn't need to be perfect. The more imperfect it is, the better. So 2, So we're done. So let's just clean our space here. And because it was really floppy earlier, if that's the only, this is the only center that we're going to use, that's fine. We can just leave it very floppy and open. But because we have two more different components, we are keeping it, you know, a little bit closer like this. So next thing is looking for my stick. I have a skewer stick here, and I'm just gonna curl the tip inward, just the tip. So 3, 4, 5. But also these components that I gave you, it's really flexible. You can skip this process, you can skip this component, and you can just go and proceed to the next. It would still create another floppy center, another different texture. And I will show you how this fine and large one can be made. So now that we have our second component curl, we're going to wrap it around our previous center. So making it sure, well, it's really up to you. Like for me on this particular design, I would love the curl to be inward. So just wrap it around. And continue. So let's proceed with our second piece. Wrapping it. And as you can see, it already it added a different texture on our center. So again, let's continue the third piece. And as you see, you know, the more imperfect it is, the better, because it would create really a nice different texture on our center. That's the second layer. So again, you can stop in this component, and then you can just squeeze it out like this. It would also create different texture. And now let's proceed to the third layer. Let's see if we need to flap this one out later. So this is the third layer, and the way how I do it, I count 2, 4, 6 strips, and then I slantly glue the end starting from there, and I glue it and secure it. And I'm putting a glue and securing it all the way. Like this one. So now that we have this piece, we can now continue wrapping this around. In our center. We're just wrapping it all the way. So now we have our third layer in place, and as you see, I'm really happy of how it looks like. So we can slightly press this one downward if we want, but for me this is perfect. So that's how I made this flappy center. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and until next time, bye.